Our notes for today are about carbon, which is one of those periodic table things, but we're going to get more specific because carbon is very important. Speaking of which, on the periodic table, carbon is number 6, and its symbol is a C. Its mass is usually about 12, it's like 12.01. Carbon is in living things, but it's also in lots of other things, like diamond and charcoal and pencil graphite or pencil lead. So we're concerned about the carbon that is in living things, but it's also in lots of other places. Carbon is kind of special because it can make 4 bonds. That's called tetravalence. Tetra means 4. Valence is electrons, so it has 4 electrons that want a bond. And when carbon makes bonds, they're really strong and secure. So carbon molecules are very stable and hard to pull apart, which is great for living things. That means our molecules and our cells will not just fall apart everywhere. Carbon makes covalent bonds. If you don't remember what those are, look at your notes from part 1. When it combines with hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, it makes all of the macromolecules. Macro means large, so it's a large molecule. We're going to see more about each of these later, but carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen makes the carbohydrates and lipids. If you add the nitrogen and sulfur, it makes proteins, and if you add nitrogen and phosphorus, it makes nucleic acids or DNA. So carbon is in all of those, and it's super important. That's why it gets its own thing. With these molecules that we're about to talk about in future notes, you're going to see the words monomer and polymer. Mono means one, poly means many. So a monomer is one small molecule. We can put them together to make bigger molecules. Think of it like Legos. Just one Lego is a monomer. Polymer is many monomers bonded together. Poly means many. So it'd be like many Legos put together. Either way, they're still sort of a complete molecule. So like one Lego brick is still a complete Lego brick. But you put a bunch of them together and you can make something bigger. Monomers, polymers. So what if we wanted to take a bunch of small pieces and put them together into big pieces? That would be called dehydration synthesis or a dehydration reaction. It is when we bond monomers together by taking out water. Like to dehydrate means to remove water. Since like if we want these 2 yellow pieces to come together, if you take out water, now they're bonded together. Yay! What if we have a big molecule and we want to break it into smaller pieces? Then we'll use hydrolysis, which is basically the opposite. It's where water comes in and breaks them apart. They were together and now they're apart. Yay! I know that was super quick, so let's jump back here and see again. You should know about carbon because it is one of the most important atoms ever, and it's in all of these molecules we're about to talk about. You should know what a monomer is and what a polymer is. In future notes, you will see things like the monomer of carbohydrates is blank. The polymer of carbohydrates is blank. So you know what monomer and polymer mean. Speaking of which, our secret word will be monomer. And you should know how molecules are built and broken apart. They're built by pulling out water. They are broken by adding in water, basically. Got it? Okay. We're going to practice these. We'll have a lot more things to see when we do the actual molecules, but there's some words that you're going to need to know, like monomer, polymer, dehydration, hydrolysis. Okie dokie. See you next time around.